Hello everyone, welcome back to another little enzyme sound creation session. Um, the plan for this video actually has kind of changed because what I wanted to do was expand on the envelope shapes. In my previous video, and I've linked to it in the description, it was all about the envelope shape that are typical for different types of sounds, like a pad, long and lasting. Now I thought, well, let's do it with a pluck. And just show you, what the envelope shape was for that. But sometimes when you're creating a sound, even just as I'm going to do now, just editing a preset, um, it captures the spirit of a different piece of music or a different sound, and you think, yeah, that's not the right sound, but actually it just makes me think of piece X, whatever piece comes to mind. And so this is what's kind of happened. So I just thought, I'm going to just retrace my steps and share them with you, and we'll end up at something quite different to what obviously would have been the original plan, which is to show you the actual envelope for a pluck sound. I'm again going to use the new enzyme engine for the Roland Fantom, and you might immediately say, why are you doing a pluck using a wavetable synthesizer? Because obviously there's lots of movement and that needs time, and a pluck has got short time. Well, actually, you can still get that gritty texture kind of thing, even just in a very short, brief pulse. And so there's still a uniqueness there, even with a pluck. So it's still well worth doing. Right, enough. Let's get on, and let me show you what I was doing. So I've got just an initialized scene, and I'm going to go to model, and then I'm going to go to enzyme. And what I want to do is I want to, if you don't know this, shift and enter gives you a numeric pad. If you know the number of the sound that you want to go to, or the value, or whatever, wherever you are on the screen, it'll take you there. Now floating YT. Now here is the sound, the preset. Now it's semi kind of plucky already because it's got a hard attack. It starts immediately, but it lingers. So I want to shorten that to get that more classic pluck sound. So let's go into tone edit, and I want to go to the amp envelope, and then there's the shape. So now you can see there's the attack. It's 0, that's great, but we've got a lot of sustain and release going on, and we don't want that. We don't want much sustain at all, really. And then similarly, not much release, but we want quite a bit of decay. Okay, and we'll see the difference. See, quite short, but it's quite plucky, isn't it? And we can see how it comes down to where the sustain level is. So anyway, I'm wanting it quite short. So when I was just playing with this, I thought, oh, this just reminds me of kind of the spirit of something else. So let's explore that and then see where we end up, huh? So I'm going to go back. Well, first of all, what I know is I want lots of reverb, because that's dry. I want this to be floating through space. So let's just get back to effects, edit. We're going to edit now. Like I said, I want bags of reverb. Don't do this without a safety net if you're doing this at home. You need to be careful. And I want a warm hall just for this particular one. Wrong way. And like I said, bags of reverb, like different universe reverb. That should be about right. Now you're talking. There we are. Now, also, this is an octave too low. I want to play it here, but I want it to sound like... Right. How do we do that without affecting the tone? This is where zone edit comes in. It's fantastic. And if we go to pitch, we can transpose that whole keyboard, like it's like moving it up. Okay, and now if I play here, fantastic. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's go back to zone view. Now, what I would like is that not to sound in the top range. So I'm going to bring it down to about G4. So it will sound at G4, but nothing above. Perfect. Now, here I would like some string action. Now again, I know what strings I want. Oh. Arctic Dawn. Now, if you're not a member of Roland Cloud, join up, because these two sounds I'm going to use next are straight from the Roland Cloud, and excellent way of expanding what you want them to do, or use them to learn, use them to tweak, all sorts of possibilities. Use them as part of a scene like I am doing just now, and honestly it's fantastic. It really opens up the world. Okay, what does this sound like? Lovely. But the opposite is true for this. I want the keyboard to go down because it's I'm going to be playing up here. But I want it to sound like that, not that. So again, let's go to zone edit, go here. But this one I want to go -12. Okay, so it's really low now. But now I've got my lovely rich. Perfect. Okay. So let's go to the next sound, because that's me done with that. So again, I'm going to go to my user bank where I've already saved a sound from Roland Cloud, Rachel's Owl. Let's switch off everything else just so you can hear this. No prizes for guessing what the inspiration for this was, this sound. Love it. Hear how big and full that sound. It's immense, yeah, credit to all the designers. Actually, they've produced amazing sounds, but that's a particular favourite. Okay, now again, I don't want this to sound everywhere. In fact, it's very little. I really only want it in the bass. So I'm gonna go to G2, and similarly with here, I don't want the strings sounding below G4. Oop. So let's just do that to be sure. So lovely. And then down here, we got that. So let's up a bit. Now, I'd like to edit the envelope on this one a little bit, because it's just a little bit on this low side for me coming in. I'd like it to sound a little bit sooner, so just bring that all in a little bit. Oop, a little bit sooner. Okay, let's see. This might be a wee bit too racy for that one. Yeah. Fantastic. Right, now we're at the stage of actually kind of putting it all together and seeing, well, we've got the in there, and you can hear still the wavetable thing going on. You know, there's a distinct sound there. And then we have up here, we've got strings. And down here, we have that wonderful Rachel's Owl doing her thing. So, what is it that came to mind when I was doing the envelope, the Pluck envelope with the enzyme engine? Well, it's kind of like this. you have it. How doing one thing as an exercise leads to something else because it triggers something, and then you think about the sounds, you put it all together, split the keyboard, suddenly you're just making brilliant music. And that was, without the speaking, that was 5 minutes, 6 minutes, no problem, and there you are creating. And you can save that, you can now perform it into a DAW, you can perform it into the sequencer, do all sorts of things, and then build on it even further and further into your own magnus opus. So talking of which, I now have the muse, which has fallen upon me again, and I'm going to go off and start working on some more ideas. So hope this video was useful, that you learned some things about it, and that you enjoyed how a zone can be put together to create wonderful big sounds. So have fun, enjoy. Bye bye.